which allows them to flourish, to be able to survive and to live in one of the earth's most challenging environments. Thus, it is indeed possible to find life in dry places. In our journey through life, we often encounter challenges that threaten to overwhelm us, much like the dry and barren landscape of a desert. Yet in these moments of trials and challenges, we can discover a wellspring of hope and strength in God, our provider. To illustrate this point, I want to talk about or tell you a story about the desert. It's called the Desert Pump story. Now, I don't have a real pump in front of you. I was minded when I said I need a pump. The first person that came to mind was Greg. Greg told me he did not have one, and so I just put that baby to sleep. I said, well, I get into plan B. I always try to have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. But Mike told me this morning, said, well, I got one. I should have gone to, but I didn't want to, spread it too much. But once a weary traveler found himself lost in the vast, barren desert. After wandering for days under the scorching sun, he became desperate for water. And just when he thought that he may perish, he stumbled upon an old rusty hand pump, oddly standing alone in the desert. Excited but cautious, the traveler approached the pump and he noticed a sign attached to the pump that read, and this is the sign that's attached to this pump. Besides this pump, you will find a bottle of water. If you use all of the water to prime the pump, an abundant supply will flow from the well below. Doubt immediately crept into the traveler's mind. He wondered if the well still had water. He was thinking that, should I use this small bottle of water to pour it onto this pump with the hopes of getting water? Should I just drink this water, or should I prime the pump with this water? Thirst was now overwhelming. He only had a few choices. He could drink the small bottle of water that he found by the pump, and he partially satisfy his thirst. Or he could use the bottle of water and prime the pump and have an abundant supply of water. The traveler decided to take the leap of faith. Now, I know some of us, we say the bird in the hand is better than that one in the bush. And we're going to drink this little bottle of water and we're going to worry about the rest of the water later on. But he decided to take the leap of faith. And so with trembling hands, he poured the little bottle of precious water into the pump. He could feel the weight of the decision pressing down on him. Because if this pump did not produce water, he was going to have some problems. He reminded himself of the words on that note that was attached to that pump. The note had promised that if he would use that water, he could get an abundant supply of water. Yes. And so with a deep breath, he began, after pouring the water into that pump, he began to pump that handle. At first, nothing happened. He pumped harder, and now the sweat, not only from the scorching sun, but from the weight of the decision that he would have made, the sweat was dripping profusely from his brow to the extent that the taste of salt was in his eyes and in his mouth. And still no water flowed from that pump. Frustration and fear now gripped him. He thought about giving up. He thought about dying of thirst, and he continued